Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Book Roundup. We're at the latter half of this week's DC and Marvel books, or Marvel and Image books. So let's keep on going with the Amazing Spider-Man number 66, continuing the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man storyline. Where we left off, Peter had quit everything. He had most recent part of the challenge. His eh, recently, the most recent part of the challenge had seen him challenged by Syra, one of who's a daughter of Cyttorak. Her whole thing is the inevitability of death, and Peter had to experience not just his death, but the deaths of everyone he loved and cared about, and then everyone, and it broke him. But also, Cyra's brother, twin brother Calix, who had initially who had challenged Peter before Syra, he stepped in and basically while Peter was embroiled in the challenge against embroiled in Syra's challenge. He cheated and basically defeated Spider-Man. And so the issue opens up in the Crimson Chaos, notably Cyttorak's throne room. Calix is trying to, is saying, "Hey, I defeated their champion," but doesn't seem like anyone really gives a shit. And so, in Manhattan, Peter is just, sitting on a rooftop eating a pizza. He has apparently blown off his best friends. Also, Aunt May. And each time he does this, he thinks about their. He sees their deaths, as he was shown by Syra, and Syra is wondering what the hell's going on. Is wondering what's going on, and even going so far as to ask Doctor Strange to help maybe figure out what the hell's going on with him. And Cyrus tells Doctor Strange that when the two of them would fight, Strange would detach, whereas Peter grieved each life, even those he'd never met. She found irritating. And irritating is one word that can be used to describe Spider-Man. Peter ends up going into a bodega to get some food, and is robbed, and he he first tells the robber how you know how much of a dumbass he's being. Spider Boy ends up taking out the robber, and Peter goes on to pay for his food, and Peter has a very Peter's attitude is not usual. Bailey even tries something. Things do get better, and Peter rebuts that. Sadly, they very much do not. He also apologizes. And Syra and Doctor Stranger view this, and Syra wonders what Peter's doing, and Strange states that he quit, which isn't normal for him. However, he can say the same for Syra. Syra's challenge of the Earth's champion is over. But she points out she didn't care about that. She wonders, though, why she cares about Peter. He talks to Shay, and about losing people. Shay tells him a story about how she'd gotten close to a patient once. Lisa, super strong, chose a life of crime, got caught, also chose the life of a smoker, finally stopped, but it was too late. They tried to fight it, they lost. Happens every day, always hurts, but that time she wanted to quit. A day or two later, it hit her that it does happen every day, the death, the pain. Doesn't matter if she's a nurse or a checkout lady at CVS. She likes being a nurse. She likes helping people. As there's a saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And she highly suggests that Peter find a professional to talk to and wishes him luck. And he hopes it helps. She hopes that helps, but it doesn't. Meanwhile, in Myrtle, Alaska, at the X-Men headquarters, Juggernaut is saying he's got to go. He's got to get going soon. And it's pointed out that Juggernaut doesn't suggest missions, and he has suggested one. And so, the X-Men are heading to New York. Peter goes to then talk to Black Cat, and he explains that, he saw her die. He saw everyone die. Everyone. And it did nothing. The world went on. And he just can't. And she says, everyone dies. That's how the story ends. And she asks if he won the challenge, and he says that he didn't lose, but he lost. And he doesn't think there can ever be a win, ever. And he just couldn't keep doing any of it. So she asked why he came here, or why he came to see her. And he says, when they first met, Felicia would ask him why he did what he did. He always had an answer. Sometimes he was a little stupid and naive back then, and he feels really stupid and naive now. And he corrects himself though. He doesn't really feel much of anything. right now. But, and she says that he has to know that no matter how bad things get, there is still good in the world. And she kisses him. Syra tells Doctor Strange that she thought she understood humans, but she judged them all by him, Doctor Strange. And Spider-Man is not like Doctor Strange. Spider-Man has shown her how little she understands. He seeks to find comfort in one whose loss will destroy him. It's a contradiction bereft of logic. And Doctor Strange points out that that's humanity in a nutshell, and Peter is humanity. And Doctor Strange asks what Syra did to Peter. She explains that nothing that she didn't do to him, just more of it. Of course, Doctor Strange asks how much more. Apparently, the last time that Syra and Doctor Strange met, Doctor Strange endured 809,000 deaths. Peter endured 3 million and still didn't drop the sphere. And after breaking, he can't help but seek connection. And she has to know why. In Cyttorak's realm, Calyx is goes to the portion of the realm known as the Blight. His hounds get stopped a bit. Apparently, he sees another one of Cyttorak's pointless rules. There's nothing there. But he suddenly gets stuck in something and manages to break free. And get away from the Blight. But apparently part of the Blight has latched on to Calyx. And so in New York, Kratios, the next scion of Cyttorak, appears to challenge Peter, but Peter's not there. And he wonders aloud, where's the champion? Where's the champion? As he answers the call. Victory without battle is a hollow one. And will no one fight Kratios? However, the X-Men will. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I was I can't say I was entirely surprised to see the X-Men play a role in the story, because I would have been more surprised if at least Juggernaut had not played a role in the story, due to the fact that, well, Cyttorak is who empowers Juggernaut. So yeah. Anyways, though, moving on to our next book, we've got Fantastic Four number 28. So, we don't usually read FF, but there's a reason to do so. We're doing so now. So, what's come before? At the end of near the end of the Blood Hunt story, Doctor Doom became the Sorcerer Supreme. He tricked Dr. Doctor Strange into relinquishing the mantle. Because, well, Doctor Doom's a dick. But there is, of course, an upcoming story, and upcoming, by which upcoming I mean starting next month, One World Under Doom. This issue of FF serves as a bit of a prologue. It turns out that Doctor Doom has, since Bloodhunt, he has sequestered himself in Latveria, blocked off Latveria from the rest of the world. Nothing can breach his borders unless Doom wills it. And so, Mr. Fantastic is trying to he's trying to basically understand how magic works in a scientific manner. But magic isn't science. There are unquantifiables in with magic that basically don't that Reed can't accept. But Sue Storm has an idea, and he gets she manages to get Reed to go out to see Dane Whitman, Black Knight. Turns out Black Knight is also a physicist, and so they're figuring that the ebony blade can cut through anything. So maybe it can cut through the force field that Doom's put around Latveria. Probably, actually. Slight problem, though. Dane has melted down the ebony artifacts to create the ebony siege. Siege in the old form to mean throne. But Dane writes out an equation which is supposed to be magic and physics working together. Together at last. Reed says it's gibberish, but then Dane casts a spell on Reed and Sue. They're apparently taking them back to the First World War. There's another sword with a similar bend called the Fated Sword. And so, the closest it's come to potentially being found was during World War One, I believe, 1915. And so, Reed and Sue are possessing the bodies of two officers, while Dane appears as basically a spirit that only they can see. Of course, since they're officers, they have privileges such as being able to leave the front lines at will. And apparently, there's a bit about archaeology and if you're trying to discover, say, the location of a lost city, there are ways to actually kind of figure that out. Which, okay, where would what meets the needs of, well, a city, a settlement. And so you can usually find a quote-unquote lost city by putting yourself in the mindset of the people. just as people. And so they potentially find where the faded sword is buried, and in fact they do find it. However, it's a trap. Basically, Doom has possessed, or at least taken control of Dane Whitman, and basically he wants to basically, hey, I defeated you. I'm gloating about it. The world's mine. Yeah, and there's nothing you do about it. Haha. Doom is nothing if not vain to a point of pretty much being the definition of vanity, of vain. But apparently, he wanted to find the faded sword, so that there was so that nothing could pierce the force around his realm. But Sue makes the realization that Dane was possibly trying to break through when he gave Reed the equation. And so, Reed figured out how to read the equation, and Reed and the two of them, Reed and Sue, escape. However, they're in New York, Times Square, and every television screen there has Doom's armored face on it. And that is where the issue ends. Which will be continued in, of course, One World Under Doom. But I'm actually kind of excited for One World Under Doom. I think it'll be an interesting story. And of course, we'll get into it when as it comes out on the roundup. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, and Patreon and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.